A live look at the super blue blood moon. In a few hours, something pretty cool is going to happen. Stephen Jackson live at the University of Toledo's planetarium this morning with more on the super blue blood moon and details on what you can expect here in Northwest Ohio. Stephen.
Good morning, Andrew. Yeah, this super blue blood moon is pretty cool because the last time something like this happened was in the 1860s, and I'm good to say none of us were around at that time. But this morning, joined with Alex Mack here at the planetarium here at the University of Toledo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. So my first question for you is this. What is the super blue blood moon? And I know you shared a graphic with us. If we could pull that up, can you kind of explain that for us for a bit?
Sure. We actually have three things going on today. The first is it's a super moon, super full moon, which means that the moon is at a relatively close point in its orbit to the Earth, and this happens about 3 or 4 times a year. The second thing that's happening is it's a blue moon. Now, blue moon is just the second full moon in a calendar month. So since January has 31 days and we had a full moon on the 1st, we have another full moon during the month of January. So that's a blue moon. That's a little bit less common. It happens about once every 3 years. Then on top of that, we're having a total lunar eclipse this morning. And that's something that happens from any given point on the Earth about once every other year or so. So you put all these three things together, and the last time it happened was in the 1860s.
Sounds really cool. So for those moms getting their kids ready this morning, this sounds really cool. What are the chances of actually being able to see it?
Not great, unfortunately. Not from Toledo, unless you go online. The problem is that it's happening very, very low to the western horizon, and it's really technically happening right at sunrise.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to get a little glimpse of it starting about 6:50, 7 o'clock. You'll see a little sliver of the moon slowly disappear, but it's going to be very low to the horizon, and by the time we get to the good stuff, it'll be sunrise at 7:50.
That's unfortunate. Well, Alex, thanks so much for sharing that information with us, getting some good insight on this super blue blood moon. And unfortunately, we will not be able to see it, but we will continue to stay on top of it just to bring you the latest.
A lot of us are talking about this morning, the moon.
Yeah, super blue blood moon. Say that 3 times. Here's a live look. Quite impressive this morning, but nothing's really happened just yet. Let's get you out to our Stephen Jackson, joining us live this morning from the University of Toledo's planetarium with details on what all the hype's about here, Stephen.
Yeah, a lot of big hype, Andrew, but unfortunately, like you said, really can't see anything here in Northwest Ohio, but really special with this super blue blood moon. And we're joined this morning with Alex Mack here at the University of Toledo. So, Alex, we have this nice graphic right above our heads here. So can you just explain why is this so special?
Well, it's special because we're actually having 3 events in one. And each event is relatively common, but to have all 3 of them together in one event is quite unusual. And it hasn't been visible in North America since the 1860s.
Oh, wow. So exactly what's happening? I know it's a whole lunar eclipse that's happening, right? Can you just break that down a little bit for us?
We're having a supermoon today, which basically means that the moon is relatively close to the Earth, and it looks a couple % bigger than it usually would. We also have a blue moon, which means this is the second full moon in the calendar month. We had the previous full moon on January 1st. And then we're having a total lunar eclipse, where the moon is passing into the shadow cast by the Earth.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the event started at 6:48. Peak is going to be at 7:52, but sunrise is at 7:50.
So we really won't be able to see anything here.
Not much.
Okay,
no.
Okay. But folks on the West Coast, they will.
The West Coast will get a beautiful view.
Okay. Well, Alex, thanks so much. A lot of insight here. Unfortunately, getting the kids out the door this morning, you will not be able to see it. But we will be here live this morning just to break all the hype down with the super blue blood moon. Live this morning, Stephen Jackson, WTOL.
Hey, the moon, a hot topic this morning. We are giving you a live look right now at the super blue blood moon. Now, this is a shot out of Hawaii. Is this cool or what? Our Stephen Jackson live here in Toledo this morning. Didn't get to go to Hawaii for this one. He's at the Toledo planetarium with a look at the super blue. Fix it,
Andrew.
do it, Stephen.
Blue blood moon. That's
yeah, that
hey,
one.
I would love to go to Hawaii. I would love it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
the
go.
entire station. We can talk to our news director about that one, all right? But we're here in Toledo this morning. We're at the University of Toledo, joined with Alex Mack. So, Alex, thanks so much for joining us. So, we want to know about this super blue blood moon. It's been since the 1860s that this is all lined up. So, why does it take so long for this to happen?
Well, it's just the randomness of you have a total lunar eclipse about once a year. You have a super moon about 3 or 4 times a year. The blue moon happens roughly 7 times out of every 19 years, so about every 3 years. So just to actually get all 3 of these events to happen at the same time. All of these events individually are relatively common. The unusualness of it is to have all 3 at the same time, and that's what we're having today.
Nice. So the lunar eclipse, that happens once a year, you said, right?
Roughly once a year on average.
So when will be the next time we a chance to see a lunar eclipse?
January of 2019.
Okay.
We'll have a total lunar eclipse visible from here in Toledo.
Nice. So coming to us, we just had some live pictures out in Hawaii, beautiful in Hawaii anyway, we're being able to see that. So will we be able to see the super blue blood moon right here in Northwest Ohio?
We'll get to see a little bit of it starting at 6:48 as the moon enters the Earth's shadow. But the couple problems, first of all, it's going to be very low to the horizon. Second, I think it's cloudy the last time I looked. And then third, it won't last long because the sun is rising at 7:50 in the morning.
Oh, well, so that's unfortunate.
It is.
Well, hey, it happens. It's happening today. We can all say we were alive because in 1860, none of us were here.
And at least we got to see the solar eclipse in August.
That's true. That was beautiful. Yeah, and totality will happen in Northwest Ohio in just a few years.
2024.
Yep, 2024. So we look forward to that. Maybe we'll be talking to you then.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much,
Thank
Alec.
you.
Really appreciate that. So again, unfortunately, we won't be able to get a lot of visibility here with the super blue blood moon, but we'll continue to stay on top of things just to talk about the science of it all. Live this morning in Toledo, Stephen Jackson, WTOL 11.